If your feet have ever been on fire by halftime, I'm telling you, these shoes on this list just might save your season. And in today's video, we're gonna be breaking down the top 5 most comfortable basketball shoes of 2025. And I'm telling you, even number 1 shocked me, so stay tuned and watch the video throughout. Before we go ahead and dive straight into this list, I will say the links for every single sneaker will be in the description, which does make it super easy for you to purchase, but it also supports the channel, so I greatly appreciate if you do purchase. Let's go ahead and get into our number 5 spot. Into our number 5 spot, you guys, number 5. And as I say this, do not take number 5 lightly. Number 5 is still gonna be very comfortable. But number 5, nonetheless, this is a shoe that people sleep on the most. When you first pick it up, you'll notice how lightweight it feels. The cushioning has a soft foam forward setup that kind of gives you a very smooth ride, kind of like a metal rocker system from Hoka without feeling too mushy. The insole is pretty plush and the midsole has just enough rebound to kind of keep your joints happy, and the break-in period is basically 0. This one is one of the best every position basketball shoes of the year if you kind of want some comfort without losing that court feel. And coming in at number 5, I have the Nike Freak 7, which honestly is probably one of the best, or like the best review that I've done on YouTube so far in terms of the numbers. So I've gotten a lot of engagement off that video. I've had a lot of feedback, and I feel like that's a shoe that's been doing really well in 2025. I recommend you check that video out, but if not, all I'm gonna tell you about this shoe is it does a great job of kind of providing everything at a great valuable price. Very great traction. The only thing I didn't like about it is the fact that it is kind of flat. It doesn't really have the best rocker system. I know I was kind of talking about it when describing the description. It does have a little bit of a rocker system, but it's not the best. Could be better, but that was the only nitpicking factor I did have about it. The cushioning is up to par. The materials are up to par. I even like the way the sneaker looks. So with that being said, that is gonna be the Nike Freak 7. Let's get on to number 4. And for number 4, this one is going to be the shock absorber of the list. And if you're probably a bigger player out there or just like landing on something that doesn't feel like concrete, this shoe is going to be perfect. You're going to get a very powerful, dense cushioning system, and it's not the softest at first, but once it warms up, it feels incredible underfoot. The heel impact protection is elite, and honestly, if you deal with shin splints, this one should definitely be on your radar. This one right here is one of those sneakers that I kind of really didn't expect to review at the time, but you know, the season was at its time, and this is the Reebok Angel Reese 1. There were a lot of mixed reviews on this shoe on the internet talking about how this shoe was not selling, and it just, you know, just a very bad shoe, but that rumor was definitely debunked. This shoe definitely was selling out, even to the point where I was not even able to find my actual size in that Paradise Pink colorway. So that definitely speaks for itself. This shoe is definitely in demand. People are buying it, and I've seen it on people's feet too, so don't get that wrong. There are a bunch of different colorways. I believe there's 3 at the time I did the review, but there should be more at the time of this recording, so I will do my due diligence and show you guys different pictures of the colorways. Angel Reese 1, great shoe. Only thing I didn't really like about it is the fact that it doesn't have the best traction on those, you know, dusty courts, so the traction is a little inconsistent, but if you kind of get past that, this shoe is going to be a shoe for you. But also a little disclaimer, something I do want to say is, and I can't really explain it to its fullest, so I won't go to its deepest extent, I've heard that traction isn't always like the grippiest of the grippiest. Traction isn't going to be the best for your foot, so kind of keep that in mind when buying you a shoe. You kind of want to slowly transition into those more grippy shoes. You don't want to go from a shoe that is very inconsistent to one that is very grippy. So just a little food for thought, because that is going to be bad for your just foot health overall. That is a little gem I'll give to you guys. Let's go ahead and get on to number 3. Number 3 is going to be a sneaker that is going to be one for those players who want to balance softness and stability. This shoe has one of the most consistent cushioning setups of any 2025 model, in my personal opinion. This shoe has no dead spots, no hard edges, and it's just smooth, even compression. What makes this shoe special is how natural it fits, and some shoes try too hard to be comfortable and get bulky, and this shoe stays lean but extremely soft under the ball of your foot. Now, when I kind of think about, you know, how I describe that sneaker, it almost reminds me of another, so I kind of will throw that in as an honorable mention to this sneaker. But for number 3, we do have the Nike A1. This shoe right here is amazing. I gotta say, it does everything really, really well. And one thing I do want to say, kind of, you know, touching on the sneaker, I want to say all these sneakers on this list are going to be some phenomenal sneakers. I feel like even if you go number 5, it's not going to be a bad sneaker whatsoever. Like, all these sneakers right here are going to be the tip of the top most comfortable sneakers that I have discovered. So I gotta say, you're not going to find a problem with basically any of these sneakers on this list compared to your regular basketball shoes. Nike A1, can't go wrong with this sneaker. Another another one I did want to recommend that kind of fits like a glove and it kind of fits natural is going to be that KD4. KD4 is going to be another great sneaker that just fits like a glove and it kind of will give you that nice court feel. So if you're looking for that, tap in with not only the Nike A1 but the KD4s, link in the description. Number 2 is going to be a sneaker that is going to be for my players that play super fast. So if you're going to be someone that cuts hard, if you're someone that is always sprinting in the transition, this one is going to feel like someone literally upgraded your legs. The cushioning is bouncy without being unstable, and it has the most surprising step in comfort on the list. I remember trying these sneakers on when it was time for the review, and I was like, these are definitely some different pair of sneakers. It's plush, it's supportive, and it feels like a running shoe kind of disguised as a hoop shoe. So I kind of feel like it's a little wearable in that lifestyle aspect. But here we do have the Luka 4 if you weren't already able to guess that name. Jordan Luka 4, can't go wrong. This colorway is phenomenal, but they do have a lot of colorways, I'm sure, at this point. Now, you guys, number 1, as we kind of close into the top sneaker of this list. Number 1 is going to be the most comfortable basketball shoe that I have worn this year. Now, when I say this shoe feels like a pillow, I am really not exaggerating. The step-in comfort has got to be a 10 out of 10, and the cushioning got to be a 10. Impact protection is definitely a 10. Now, this shoe is soft but still responsive, and it's like the shoe that kind of adapts to your foot. And the wild part about this shoe is that I kind of expected this shoe to be good, but not this good. And I gotta say, I feel like, you know, when they add that phenomenal unboxing experience and kind of top it off with a great shoe, I feel like you can't go wrong in that aspect. But I gotta say, this shoe, I have done a review on it, I've done my wear test, and I gotta say this shoe is definitely gonna do, and it's definitely gonna exceed your expectations as well. Here we do have the Nike Lebron 23 with more colorways out than when I did reviews. So I gotta say, you have more options now than ever. And I gotta say, the most comfortable basketball shoe of 2025, in my opinion, that I have tested is that Nike Lebron 23. Comment down below what you would think is the most comfortable basketball shoe in your opinion, but that has to be mine. Now I gotta say, when I started hooping seriously, comfort was the last thing that I kind of cared about. I kind of would worry about traction, or I'd worry about a look or things like that. But I gotta tell you, as I got older and as I kind of, you know, am more immersed in the sneaker culture, I've learned and realized that comfort will literally extend your career, and it kind of changes your perspective and can kind of, you know, I feel like it overall just will improve the way you play and just the longevity of it. So I feel like the main point about that is I was just kind of trying to say how it can kind of, you know, improve your longevity. So if you want to improve your longevity and your foot health and things like that, invest you into some comfortable sneakers. And I gotta say, it's not about hype, it's about protecting your body so you can go ahead and keep hooping. So that is definitely the goal. This is my top 5 most comfortable basketball shoes of the list. Leave a like on the video if you found it helpful, and I appreciate you for watching the video this far through. Hit the subscribe button so you do not miss out on these daily uploads. Hit the notification bell as well. But now that you guys have kind of seen what there is to offer in terms of basketball shoes and the most comfortable, I recommend you guys check out my sneaker reviews playlist right here, where I cover some of the sneakers listed in this video and even some more too. So I have a lot of latest and greatest sneakers and some classics, so I'm sure you'll find one you like. I'll see you there.